What's going on, everyone? Shit, I was just sitting here thinking, and it just seems like I just need to come to grips with everybody. And when I say that, I'm talking about us programming ourselves to believe certain things, okay? And when I say certain things, let me get a little bit more specific. Not having enough confidence, not seeing the higher way of doing things, and even not believing that they can accomplish certain things. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the simple fact we're programming ourselves to believe that we're incapable of doing certain things. All right. Now, take my perspective on things. Just be open-minded for a second so you can kind of get an understanding of what's really going on. All right. Now, visualize yourself as a computer or this highly advanced machine. Okay, you have this certain circuitry. Okay, there's stimulus on the outside of us. Okay, it's just like our eyes are like webcams. We can see objects, we can see certain things, and we get an interpretation and reading just like if it was on a hologram, and everything just hits your mind and it hits you with information about what's going on out there. There's two things that can happen, especially when it deals with our hormones in our body. Fight or flight kicks in. Okay, and what that does is just a simple fact of either you're going to run from the problem or you're going to stand up and fight the problem. Okay, and what a lot of us do is run from the problem. It's kind of like paving that pathway in our mind as a piece of circuitry, and all of a sudden, once this threat or once this circumstance is at ease, now we feel a bit safe now. Now that's nothing but an experience, okay? From that experience, you ran. Okay, so the next time a similar or congruent experience or situation like that happens to you again, what are you gonna do? Run. Okay? It's just the simple fact that we're blaming everything else out there, but we're not understanding that we're pathological, okay? We're not understanding that we are the authors of our lives. Okay, we have a lot much more capabilities, potential, and extreme power to generate wealth. Okay, we're just not tapping into it because our mind are focused on too many different things and we're following too many people's game plans. That's not even ours. Okay, just understand when we came in this world, it's just a simple fact that, yeah, we were introduced to school. Okay, that's what everybody else was doing. That's what we believe we had to do. Oh yeah, have a good education and all this stuff. But after a while, you realize that half of the stuff that we learned in school is not even necessarily even needed. Okay, the only thing that is needed for is for survival. Okay, now we all understand that, but we got to come to grips with ourselves to make certain changes and understand that that fear or that certain way of looking at things like it's going to happen in a different way is not real. All right, it ain't real. Okay, certain things like that keep us in a frozen position, and after time goes by where you never really accomplish anything, you start to regret it. You start to feel like you're not worth anything, and all that really is your self-esteem is low. You don't have no sense of honor. There's no accomplishment. There's no sense of self. There's none of that there, all because of the simple fact you made the choice to run. Okay, you made the choice to write the program to your whole mind. You got to get your mind back. Your mind is just like, a motherboard. Whatever you program in it, whatever you put in it, by repetition, by a straight path, that's you. It becomes a habit, okay? And once it becomes a habit, you automatically see that on the outside, okay? You become what you are on the outside, okay? Certain things don't show up to you threatening anymore. It's a never-ending game. It's a never-ending ladder. But the thing is, once we continue to go up, and once we continue to change our thoughts, change our words, and start doing certain things and stepping up to a lot of these fears, especially our men out here, all right? There's a lot of us, I'm not even gonna lie, are a sorry excuse for a man, okay? I'm just gonna be real, because it's just a simple fact that we put so much into sensual pleasures and low goals and spending your money like, all of those are feminine characteristics, okay? Masculine characteristics are producers, okay? They're protective, they have boundaries, you know, they have a purpose, they have a sense, and they have drive, they're dynamic, they have a force, okay? Most of us, we're draining that, and you know if you're draining it. Think about your level of money. Think about what you're doing with yourself. Think about what you're doing with your time. You're still writing these programs. You're still writing these programs. You're locked into this little box. You know, you put yourself in that box. So everything that you wind up writing for yourself, you can't get mad that how the story is about your life is going the way that it's going. You're sending mixed signals out there, okay? You got one way of looking at things, but it's just like you can't cope with the simple fact that the operating system out there, you got to learn that language out there. Okay, you got to learn this law. You know, you got to learn those universal laws, you know. And if you don't know if you're sending mixed signals, check out how certain things make you feel. If it makes you feel bad, if it makes you feel like you shouldn't allow it, you got to look at why you are still in that position. It's either one, you're not grasping a concept, or two, you're allowing all of that stuff to happen to you and you're still writing a program. Okay? We are pathological. All of this stuff is written inside of our DNA. Okay? So for every circuit that we build, every nerve, because think about it, your nervous system is responsible for any responses, any certain sensitivities to certain things out here. And you got to look at that as that's like a circuit board going through your body. Your nervous system is, you know, this nerves, impulses, you know, certain, you know, electrical, energetic readings. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to tap into that power. Be the author of your system to step up to certain things that you know for a fact that, yeah, it may give you that sense of fear because it's brand new. You never did it before. You don't know how others will probably look at you in that predicament, but none of that's important. What's important is you ride through that experience to just realize that you've had everything that you needed all along to go through that journey, and the only thing you were supposed to do is go through that experience to write that into your DNA, to write that into your records, to write that into your pathology of who you are, okay? Don't be lazy on yourself. Step up to things that you don't want to do, all right? Because it's not really about being positive. It's not really about being even negative. It's just a simple fact you got to live a balanced life, okay? There's too many people out here suffering for no reason. And when I say no reason, it's just a simple fact that people love pain, okay? But the whole psychology behind pain is just a simple lesson just to learn of the experience, okay? If you burn your hand on the stove, would you put your hand on that stove again? No, okay? If someone hurts you and you know for a fact that they hurt you intentionally, would you let them hurt you? No. But some of y'all still allowing this stuff to happen to you, so you're still being the author of your program. Now you know something? You're acting like a victim, okay? So if you're being a victim in this reality, then victim type situations are going to happen to you. You might get robbed, you might get hit, you might get cheated on, you might get lied to. You're playing this position, you're playing this role, okay? Life is nothing but a jest. It's nothing but an act, okay? When I say an act, it's an act of stepping up to yourself, because that's the only competition that you have. You don't have any competition with nobody else out here, and if anything, your mind shouldn't even be on anybody else, okay? Everybody else should be worrying about their purpose. You should be worrying about yours, learning your way, learning your mind, learning what you have inside of you, you know? Because at the end of the day, if you know that you have the access and the authority to take care of your mind, program it the way how you want, see the world in a whole total different light, and change everything and help anybody, man, listen, it just seems like you can have anything in your life that you want, all right? But I'm not going to sit here and just let all of this suffering just let me keep all of this stuff away from everyone, because I'm seeing all of this stuff and I'm feeling all of this stuff, all right? Because I'm very empathic, all right? I can stand around anybody. I can feel their energy and their intentions without them even saying anything, okay? It's just like chess. I'll be able to know how to play my moves, okay? It's just a simple fact that I know who I am. I know who I came here to be, And once you get that gift of discernment, you start to unlock different things that you've never been able to see. But first of all, you got to be able to get that access to your mind. Stop programming yourself as if you are incapable of doing things. Take my advice. Everybody got it in them the way how you see that I got it in me. Take care, everybody.